Howdy folks, welcome back to BeamNG, RLS Career Overhaul mod with our hardcore start. We're down at the industrial area today and we're going to do a little bit of forklift driving. So I did a couple of those shifts and it seems like it's decent money. The controls are a little weird. I can't seem to bind it to my controller, so I have to use the keyboard to raise and lower the forks and tilt and whatnot. Just couldn't get it to work with the controller for whatever reason. But it's some decent money, decent XP, so let's get started. If we bring up our phone, you can come here to factory work. There's industrial warehouse and shuffleboard logistics. I'm here at the industrial warehouse, so we're going to click on that. And then the batch size is how many crates basically it'll spawn at a time. We're going to go ahead and do 8, I think. I don't know if you get paid more. I assume you get paid more the more you do. And we're going to say start shift, and that will spawn in a forklift. And we can get to work. Waypoint set to loading area, and we'll see how this goes. I have had it where it puts the delivery waypoint inside of a wall. That doesn't work out very good, but I was able to deliver the packages. So we'll see. Also, I've noticed the audio comes through really quiet for some reason on this game. So I'm going to be boosting that in edit, and hopefully it'll be a little better. I know I've had some feedback on the videos that it's really quiet. And it is kind of quiet even in my headphones, and it seems like YouTube makes it even quieter for some reason. Looks like we got some lumber this time. Interesting. Now forklift, that's something I've actually done in real life. They're pretty fun. I worked at a car manufacturer a long time ago, one summer in college, and did some forklift driving. Mostly moving large press dies around. That was fun. I think they were, I don't remember if they were 10 or 10 ton, 12 ton, somewhere in there. I think they varied a lot. So I'm familiar with forklifts. You can actually do burnouts in this. I had a little fun with it. Oh, it's right here. Yeah, we didn't quite get that turned enough. We'll move that. All right, we'll bring this right up here and drop it off. And like I said, I have to use the keyboard, so it's a little bit awkward, but we'll make it work. Like I said, you can do burnouts. It doesn't always set the waypoint correctly. I don't know why that is, but you can still do the job. It's no biggie. Let's grab this guy. I'm getting a little wild here. Obviously, you wouldn't be driving this wild if this was a real forklift. It's just a little bit forward. These forks are pretty long, so I have to watch that I only get the one picked up. Now, if this was real, I would make sure that load was right up against the fence, the back of the forks there. I think we're going to do just fine. And the physics is decent. It's a little bouncy. But other than that, the physics are pretty decent. So yeah, this is the job. We just shuffle stuff back and forth. There'll be different loading areas that you need to take stuff to. Now, can I stack this on top of that one? No, they're not. Stacked over there in the receiving area. Let's give this a whirl. This is also a really slow forklift. I haven't checked to see if it changed with the revs. Looks like that could be tilted forward just a hair. It's also very sensitive. Not nearly as smooth as what you can do with a real forklift. Love the burnouts. So the forklifts that I were driving, I don't remember what they were, what size they were, or anything. But it was indoors. It was inside of a factory. And you could have a lot of fun with a smooth factory concrete floor. We'll just leave it at that. Drop that on the floor. I think that's on the floor. It must not be tilted quite enough. There we go. See if we can get underneath us. Beautiful. Swing that out around. I'm going to move that over just a bit. There we go. So I know it just says drive. It does seem to have gears, or maybe it's a CVT. I'm not sure. Doink. Alright, tilt it forward a bit, drop the forks. And that's the drill. It actually has mirrors. Pretty cool. Has a fork view. Now, from what I understand, this Wolf forklift is it's just a mod they've used. Whee! I tried looking up videos on how to bind the controller. I found a bunch of people like reviewing the mod. Alright, let's bring this back. Slam that around. There you go. Like a real forklift operator. The steering is pretty sensitive. I'm being pretty easy on the controller. You can get pretty smooth with a real forklift. Of course, the controls are a lot more responsive. And it's just, it's a lot easier in real life. At least with the forklift I've used. Move that forward just a touch. So let's do this. Let me do parking brake. I'm gonna get some revs. Oh, it does scale with the RPM. Alright. Had a feeling it might. Of course it drops. Drops like a stone. That's accurate. And we just have to move 8 of these, and then we'll get another batch, I assume. Whee! So we'll get some money together. Another thing I discovered is the banking app. You can put money in the savings account, and it earns interest. So I've been doing that. Let me just bring up my phone real quick. Go to bank. So I made it a savings account. I've just been dumping stuff in there. And it said somewhere what it earned. I don't remember where it said that, but you can see their interest. We made 32 bucks 9 minutes ago. So yeah, just makes a little extra money while you're doing stuff. So my total is 8,032. Got 300 bucks in there. So we've got more than $308 that the phone says, because it's in the bank. All right, drop the forks. You're back a bit. Oops. Didn't take my hand off control fast enough. And off we go. And this is pretty fun. I don't know how fun the video is going to be, but I've been having some fun. Just tootling around on the forklift. We've done a couple of these shifts, making some money. And I was doing some looking around at like quarry side auto sales and stuff like that. We're going to need probably about 25 grand before we can get in kind of a decent car. Although there used to be private sales, but I can't figure out how to access that stuff unless you have a garage. I'm not sure if that's tied to the garage. A normal hardcore start, you have the option of starting with the garage. I chose not to, just for a little extra challenge. So I think we're gonna have to get enough money pooled together and then rent a garage to be able to buy a vehicle. I think. I'm not 100% sure. Oh, this thing gets more than a little squirrely. So I've been getting my XP up. Now we need to concentrate on money. Like I said, I tried the quarry stuff, and the physics is just so bad with the rocks. It just wasn't any fun trying to load the rocks in the dump truck. You know what? Let's just put these next to it. So I thought I'd try the forklift. I'm having decent amount of fun with the oh boy. Oh crap. Am I gonna have to move that now? I might have to move that one. We'll see how it goes. The only thing I don't like is I wasn't able to bind the forks. It would only go one direction. I was trying to bind it with like right button and left stick. It would only go up. You couldn't make the forks go down. So there may be some trick to setting that up. I'm not sure. Alright, bring her back. Up off the floor just a bit. You want to keep your load nice and low. And accelerate in straight lines. This looks like lumber. I've had boxes of stuff the other times. Because you can very easily tip one of these over. If you're not careful. Especially with the load on it. Please make a U-turn when possible. Alright, is this the last? I think this is the last bundle of lumber here. Whoa! So let's get a little less crazy. How about that? Didn't take my hand off control soon enough. So on the keyboard, it's control, page up and down to tilt, and then page up, page down to raise and lower the forks. That works pretty well. This seems like if you don't let off control fast enough, it still thinks you're wanting to tilt. Alright, we'll stick this in there and we'll see if it's happy with that. All items delivered. Okay, it seems to be happy with that. Drive out of the zone to complete. There we go. Now we got a new zone there behind us. I assume we have a new batch of boxes. Oh, it's even more lumber. Interesting. I've not had lumber before. Now we're getting all lumber. Not quite enough momentum to shove that back on there, but that's alright. I think it'll ride. So I think I'll do this set and then we'll end our shift and we'll see how much money we ended up with. I don't think it tells you until you're done with your shift. If I remember right. I think it was the next spot over when it was in the wall. The waypoint took you to the outside of the wall. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Oh, so you've got a little spark effect. Nice. Keep hitting the wrong direction. Whoa! Getting a little squirrely. Load's still on the forks, so let's go for it. Straighten this out as we deliver it. Bonk. Yeah, controls are a little wonky. Definitely want to let loose of the control key. And wait just a little bit before you try hitting page up, page down again. Where it just keeps on tilting. Total reps 6. Oh, it says right up there in the upper left. Never noticed that before. So 1,200 bucks. I don't know how this tracks with all the other stuff you can do in the game, but something different to do besides just car jockey and taking parcels around. Yeah, the tilt is like super sensitive. So this is a little repetitive, but alright. I will do some cash grinding off camera. Whoa. Don't know how to turn on the little flashy light. Didn't see that in the controls. But apparently this mod has all kinds of forklifts, even like container forklifts with clamps and stuff, it looked like. Based on some of the YouTube videos I found. That's pretty cool. Alright, forks are on the floor. Let's see if we can get underneath this. No problem. Alright, back just a hair and then up off the floor. Not sure what Determines a reputation. Whoa! Probably not doing stuff like that. See if they're all like nicely in a row. If that makes a difference. The other one that I delivered was kind of over sideways. I don't know if that counts towards your rep. Whee! Alright, 3, no, 4 more. We're halfway there. Selvin found a solution to all the screen tearing. I'm running the Linux version, the Linux native version. It has such better performance. I don't know if I saw the screen tearing in the Proton version, but the performance is definitely far better in the Linux native. I did see on the phone there's a repair forklift option, so apparently you can break the forklift like any other vehicle. Alright, forks are dropped. That looks low enough. It's actually below the paint on the floor, so I think that should be low enough. Ooh, the forks are low enough. We're actually skidding a little bit. Nice touch. Probably means we need to tilt it back a bit. Oops, wrong button. Look at that smoothness. Smacks into the wall. Whoa! Lost all my smoothness. Okay, one more, or we got 2 more? 2 more. I have to do smaller batch size. See if we can get some different packages. Also, I might try to shift it shuffleboard off camera just to see if it's any different. Oh boy, messed that one up. Did not get slowed down enough. Milestone reached airtime? Wait, what? Okay. I'm not sure what that means. Also not sure how I did that in the forklift. That's not hit the pillar. The last package. All items delivered, right out of the drop zone to complete. Alright. Oh, look at that. Load 4 small lumber onto the truck. Oh, that's new. Maybe we'll go ahead and do that, just because it's new. We doubled a rep, and then we more than doubled our pay. So maybe you get a little bonus, like the more you do in your shift. Say anything? Oh, we have to be stationary to bring our phone up. Mission rep materials moved. Yeah, it doesn't really say anything about a bonus, but it's interesting. So there's a truck we have to load onto. Load 4 small lumber onto... Oh. Am I supposed to take some of that lumber we had over there? I should have been paying attention to the blue lines. I was too busy monkeying around. Yeah, we're supposed to grab this. Oh, cool. So we're grabbing some of the stuff that we already moved and putting it on a truck. Fun. Tilt that back a little bit, make me feel safer. Okay, let's see how this works. We got a straight truck, flatbed. We do that and put on my parking brake, and I give it some throttle while we raise. We can raise much quicker. There we go. Very cool. Rock on. Sometimes the waypoints don't really work out. It wants me to go back there and drive to the middle of the truck, basically. But the waypoints are just there to guide you. You don't have to follow them. Wrong button. There we go. If we can get 4 on here, we're going to have to go really high. Or I might have to load from the other side. Yeah, that's probably what you're supposed to do. Alright, parking brake on, neutral. Yeah. Fork's kind of leveled out. Give her some throttle. You can go right up. Yeah, we're probably supposed to load more towards the outside of the truck. Even if you don't give it much gas, you can really do a burnout. Pretty funny. Alright, let's see if we can load from the other side of the truck. We can, and we can really whip that around. Yeah, we'll just straighten that on the forks against the truck. Standard operating procedure. Use 2 hands here to do that. Alright, one more and we'll have that job done. I need to get a picture here for thumbnail. Should get that with a load of wood on. Alright, for funsies, let's grab that top one. Yeah, that's probably a good picture. Pardon me while I hop into photo mode. Yeah, I'm not sure, and I'm not sure if it'll hide. Will it hide that if I do a Steam screenshot? No, it has that in the picture. That's less than ideal. Do something like this. It hides most of that. I'll just do some of these shots, and then I'll have some options up. It's probably a key that makes you go up. Yeah, that also doesn't get rid of the yellow. All right, I can work with that. We'll figure it out. Oh crap! Always use your parking brake, kids. It's mostly on there. So once I load this on, is he just gonna like drive away when I'm still sitting there trying to get it on, or will he be smart about it? What do we think? I'm gonna find out. All right, neutral, throttle. Whee! Well, there's your 4 lumber. Now what? Is it waiting for me to go to this waypoint? The waypoint's in the truck. Load 4 small lumber onto the truck. Yeah. Oh, is this too far off? Does it think it's not on the truck? Bonk. Wonder if that's the case. It is off the truck a little bit. Okay. Let's remedy that and see if that's what's causing the issue here. Is that high enough? Possibly. This one's not quite square either. Have to like strap it down or anything? I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do next here. And that one's a little crooked as well. So I can straighten it up. Yeah, I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do here. Is there a way to strap it or something? Loads 4 small lumber onto the truck. Is there anything on the phone? Oh, complete loading. There we go. There's a button. Got it. Now he's going to drive off. Cool. That's fun. When do I get paid for that? Do I get paid for that? See if we get paid when he leaves or something. Oh yeah, we did. Look at that. Deliver to the drop area. Barrels. Cool. Well, there we go. We made $5,000. I like it. Then you can just come in here and end your shift when you're done. We moved 16 total materials. We got 12 rep. We got paid $5,300. There we go. 56.82. Very cool. Well, I'm going to go ahead and stick most of that in my savings account. Let's say transfer. Oh, no, that's not what I want. I want to click on this and say deposit. $5,000. Let's just do 5,500. We'll just set there and let that earn interest. I don't need to spend it right now. Next payout in 24 minutes, basically. Here you go. I'm going to be grinding some more money. Like I said, we need probably 30 grand to be able to do much. That should let me get a car, rent a garage, and I haven't figured out any way to list my vehicle for sale without a garage. I think you have to have the garage interface, at least as far as I know. I haven't seen it in here anywhere. Be able to manage anything like that. There doesn't seem to be anything in here. There is Marketplace where you can see the vehicles you have listed for sale. I don't believe there's any way to list things. Another way to earn money is, what's this called? BeamNG.drive. I tried doing that in my truck. It is so slow that I lost reputation because I couldn't make it up the hills in time. Oh wow, they had a little bit of a fender bender. But that's something we can do once we have a car that actually kind of, runs somewhat. So there's a couple options. I can buy a car or I can rent a garage and try to fix up the truck. I'm not 100% sure what I want to do yet. But I do know that I need a little more money first. I'm going to earn a little more money. And in the next episode, we'll try to either fix up the truck or get a new car and have something we can drive around. The truck is just a total piece of garbage. Anyhow, that'll do it for this one. Thanks as always for watching. And I'll catch you in the next adventure. Take care. Hey, you better get out of here. You just ran into that car. Get your license plate. Oof. That looks expensive.